Little helper today. Little helper today. Yeah. He's very gluey today. So yeah, the Player II Strat, right? Slightly underwhelming, really, initially. Out of the box, high action. Again, the issue I had with the Telly, Player II Telly, when I played that, is the rosewood was really, really rough and dry. This was quite similar, not as bad as the Telly, but it is a bit off-putting initially, and like I said in that video, it's not the same quality rosewood as you're going to find on any of the American-made models. Yes, it's great they're using rosewood again, it really is, but it's not the same quality as the higher-end models. Having said that, if you hydrate it and, you know, with a bit of lemon oil, some fretboard restorer, and then you play it in a little bit, it's fine, and then it's great. I just found this guitar a little bit underwhelming, to be honest. I've got an American original 60s series Strat at the moment, which is really kind of next level, and I think it's basically just playing that so much recently and picking this up. I gotta be honest, I expected it to be a bit closer in quality, given like these are Mexican made instruments, right? I know the price point is a lot lower. You're talking kind of like a third of the price, really, of a kind of vintage 2 series. But some of these guitars around this price point now are really, really good and really do punch above their weight. But this one for me, although it had a lot of good points, the weight was really nice, 7.5 pounds. That's really great. The trem's really nice, stays in tune really well. There was no rough fret ends or any fret sprout, anything like that. The nut was quite nicely cut. And like I say, once I hydrated the board, it played really nice. But I think it's, like I say, having been used to playing a more kind of high-end Strat. And another thing I wasn't as keen on with this is the 42mm nut. The neck shape with a modern C, it just feels really small with a narrow nut. It's a very small, thin kind of neck. Yeah, so I feel like the neck carve and the nut lend themselves to a very narrow playing experience. Great if you've got smaller hands. Now the Fender Standard has a wider nut, 42.8mm. And a slightly fuller neck as well, only a little bit, but that was noticeably more comfortable to play than this, in my opinion. And I know you get Laurel with that. I'm not suggesting you go out and buy the Standard instead of this. This has got a few noticeable upgrades over that. Moving on to like the pickups as well. These pickups, they sound fine when you're playing anything clean. They're quite sparkly, as you can see from the pickup sounds I did. But when you start adding any dirt, any sort of drive or fuzz, like I did with the song mix that I put together at the start of the video, they're just so muddy. There's no clarity there whatsoever with these pickups. Like they say, they're great. They're great if you're playing sort of funky, clean stuff, some blues. Anything dirty, anything higher than a bit of overdrive, and they just kind of lose all their character. No clarity, all their sparkle, it just turns into mush. When I was using distortion with these, it took me a while to get a usable sound that I liked for the mix, and that was really annoying actually, and it kind of, yeah, it soured my experience a little bit with the guitar, I'll have to say that. So if I had one of these, you know, I would get rid of the pickup straight away if I had one of these. Again, that's a personal opinion, that's, you know, my taste. I'm into like lo-fi garage rock stuff. You know, I'm not going to be playing blues or funk on this, so they don't really suit my style. Ceramic pickups will probably be better for my style, but you know, Strats are supposed to be versatile guitars, right? So the bridge pickup has its own tone, so that is wired to the bridge, so you can tweak the tone on the bridge and get a bit of a fuller sound and less harshness, so that's quite nice. Overall, it's a solid guitar in its price range. Some of the specs are really nice, like to have the rosewood board back is really nice. The older body is really nice. It's not basswood or poplar that you usually get at this sort of price point. And yeah, the finish is nice, the satin neck is nice as well. So yeah, like there are really good points. The pickups I really didn't like whatsoever, and just the feel of the slimmer neck with the narrow nut, I found it quite cramped and very uninspiring, but like that's a personal thing. So I actually preferred the standard because of the slightly wider nut and the feel of the neck on that. I found it way more inspiring to play. So it's worth checking one of those out, definitely. Don't let the fact that it's not made in Mexico deter you in any way, or the fact that it has a laurel board, because I love the design and feel of that guitar, and you can tell some thought's gone into it. So there you go, right? I hope you took something away from the video, found it useful, and get to play one, compare it to a standard, compare it to a Silver Sky SE, and see what you think. And please like and subscribe, comment, check out my other videos, and I'll see you soon.